Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shay goes by.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Come on and feel it. How you doing?
Woo! Wendy
Hey.
Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Sway in the Morning Fantasy Friday.
Thank you. Yes.
And I have to say, you know, Wendy, I've listened to you on the radio for years.
Yeah.
I've read your columns for years.
Yes, thank you.
I watched how you branded yourself for years.
Thank you.
And even watching the syndicated show and what you've been able to do with daytime TV when I think there's been a void. You
Really?
know, in a sense, not a lot of people can hang with daytime TV.
Well, I mean, but there hasn't been much of a void. You know, we just did the count, as a matter of fact, me and my team, and they presented some information. I was shocked. Do you know that between 2000 and 2013, there have been 40 daytime talk shows?
Yep.
And, I mean, we go back as far as, like, do you remember when... Well,
Latifah had a show at one point.
Keisha Knight, not Keisha.
Tempest Bledsoe.
Tempest Bledsoe had a show.
Yep.
All kinds of people have had shows.
And they haven't lasted.
Well, you know, listen, in this economy, and with the fickleness of the viewers in daytime and all around, and the multitude of channels, people have got 1,000 choices to watch at 10 o'clock in the morning live out in New York and wherever you are, check your local listings. But I'm grateful.
You're doing your thing.
Please.
Come on. I often tell people who may approach me, well, you know, what should I do? How should I achieve my goals in this business? And I say, well, there's a few blueprints that are out there that you could look and learn from. I often use you as one.
Really?
Yeah, to watch, because the transition to go from radio to television isn't as easy, I think, as people think it is.
That's exactly what people in the know that's true. It's happened before where people think it's easy and it fails. And I've had to do some growing, some tweaking, but it's all for the good of being here now. 5 years ago was when we first hit TV with our 6-week sneak peek. It happened in July. So in a couple of months, we'll be celebrating that 5 years. And I had 6 weeks to prove whether I could do it or not. And the Wendy show was the first show ever to have that 6-week sneak peek. And now that just seems to be the time, the thing to do before you go and blow a wad of money on a first or second season or on somebody who might not be able to handle a talk show. You give them 6 weeks. So, it worked.
And 5 years later. Wait, look at that damn ring, yo.
Blinding, honey. Eat it, darling.
My God.
No, this is, you don't jump out the window with the first ring you give somebody, even though at that particular time we weren't in a position. So I had a little something.
Okay.
But he opened it up, and on our 7th anniversary, I got a 7-carat center stone.
Yeah, I have never seen a ring that big.
But it started out as a 1-carat stone.
Right.
Same shape, just a 1-carat stone. And then you open up as things do better.
So what's 15 years gonna look like?
No, we're not doing anymore.
I'm not doing no more?
I'm over it.
Now,
It's good.
You had Heather on the show, and we all watched it, and that was so great.
On the Hot Talk panel.
On the Hot Talk
you were
panel.
excellent.
How did she do? How did Heather? She did great,
did
right?
really well, and we're gonna have Heather back because.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, we're going to have you back. I love Hot Talk panel. That's something new that we started this season. We're constantly trying to see, what we can do to keep people engaged with the show. And it's such an obvious thing on our show for me to invite people with opinions and passionate to sit around a table and talk about the week's hottest topics. I can't believe it took us until the 4th season. But, also this season, Hot Topics is a full 20 minutes before the first commercial, that was because Wendy watchers are like, okay, we need more Hot Topics. And, the first 3 seasons, we were doing like 8 minutes of Hot Topics. A good juicy one would be like 10 minutes. And then we'd go into the commercial and then come back and the rest of the show would happen, which is great. But I get why people love Hot Topics.
Yeah, they want to hear the dish, man. You want to hear that
Well,
stuff.
and magazines are expensive, and they need somebody who's going to cut to the chase.
Yep, and that's exactly what you've always done. Wendy Williams is here. You have the new book, Ask Wendy.
By the way,
this
is my first time putting on some Beats by Dre. I get it now.
Yeah, it feels great. You
Oh!
hear it? Yeah. It's different?
I would like to keep these.
Go, take them.
Take them.
No.
Unfortunately, they're locked down to our panel. But if you can cut the wire.
People in radio still stealing headphones?
They're still stealing, man.
Nothing's changed.
Look at the carpet.
All right, then.
Okay, Wendy Williams.
I had AK, what did I use? AK-47s. What did I use? Technique.
What's that? The Techniques?
No, what we used
Sony?
to use. Don't
the
try
Sony.
that young.
Okay, the Sony joint.
What the hell we use?
Yeah.
Yeah, my son has some of these, but he puts so much stuff in his hair that I just, he usually has them on his head. I never put them on.
Yeah, they're nice.
Wow.
Okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to open the phone lines. Any question that you have for Wendy Williams regarding your life, your job, your relationship.
I'll tell you some of the chapters in the book. And, radio, you don't have to have any type of nervousness about asking your question. I will not laugh at your question, but I can tell you if you're having drama. These are my chapters, okay?
Okay, let's read them.
Girlfriend drama,
right.
man drama, dating drama, between the sheets drama, including anything between the sheets. Mama drama, family drama, kid drama, work drama, neighbor drama, online drama, body image drama, style drama, and money drama.
It's a lot of drama.
I have addressed all of this in between the pages of my Ask Wendy book, and I'm willing to help you with your situation too. I don't have a degree in doing this, but I have a microphone and a voice.
And you have an opinion.
And I'm an opinion, and I'm grown.
Okay.
Yes. And I've been through stuff.
And you've been through a lot.
Yes.
888-742-3345. Ask Wendy, Shade 45.
It's Sway in the morning. Only
On Shade 45.